Let's talk a little bit more about this 8-year-old little girl that Robert had referenced, Emily Hand, alive in Gaza. How should Israel go about trying to rescue someone like her? Here with more on that tonight is David Dezso, a former U.S. Army Special Operations Green Beret. David, also the founder and CEO of Banyan Risk Group. And as I said to Robert, David, it's some story, but it gives us this opportunity to have a conversation that we haven't had in a while when we've been focused on the ground operations in Gaza. And that is, how do you rescue these hostages in this type of situation? Is it even plausible?
Great to be with you, Connell. I think that the challenge is the hostages are still the #1 asset, strategic asset for Hamas. They took them for a reason to negotiate some Palestinian release, prisoner release. So number two, as they forecast the invasion of Israel's ultimate invasion, which has occurred recently, now you're going to see two different things. I think you're going to see the hostages be moved to the south. They don't want a rescue attempt to be successful on Israel's stance, so they're going to most likely keep moving those hostages, move them out of the target areas, and they're going to have to pick up the guns and fight Israel as they move in. So I think the Hamas's perspective is going to change slightly, but I also think that due to the delay, we're not seeing any hostage release other than those 4 women. We're not seeing any negotiations move forward. Israel doesn't really have a choice but to move in and try to take ground piece by piece and then develop the intelligence picture.
And they're doing just that. I spoke to an IDF spokesperson earlier in the day today, and they're operating in Gaza City, he was saying, tonight. We talked about that fact that they had encircled it, pretty much surrounded the city, but he said, yeah, in certain neighborhoods of Gaza, there's urban combat underway right now. So you're saying that the hostages were probably moved. I mean, Gaza's pretty much been cut in half, right? Where the northern part of it, Israel's got Gaza City surrounded, and they're fighting in the city. And the southern half is where they've told people to evacuate for. So best guess that, that's best guess where the hostages would be, you think?
I think what you also have to keep in perspective, I mean, they're estimating over 1,300 tunnels and over 300 miles. So to put that in perspective, that's from Washington, D.C. to New York is 225 miles. So we're talking about a massive landscape of tunnels and underground bunkers. So if you were prizing these hostages for your ultimate negotiations, you can't have them killed or taken advantage of. So you have to move them to a safe place, but also somewhere where you can leave them bunker with few resources to protect them. Because as we know, there's not that many Hamas fighters to do a prolonged war. So they're going to need every fighter they can get to deal with Israel's invasion, which is going to be very robust capability-wise. You're going to have air, land, and sea power right there.
So, final point. I mean, this father and this story got so much attention largely because of this father's comment at the beginning, saying literally, you know what? Given everything that my family was up against, I would be happy if my daughter died as opposed to being taken hostage by Hamas. If she is still alive, it sounds like what you're saying is the hope of a rescue for her or anybody else is pretty dim. Is that what you're saying?
I think a rescue possibility in this case is very harsh, harsh reality.
You just have to hope that Hamas sets them free or there's some sort of a negotiation. David, thank you. It's good to see you again. David Dezso with us here tonight.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.